What's up, YouTube? 40 Phantom here with another video. In today's video, I would like to explore some Reloaded packs. One of the packs comes out of a blaster box that looks like this, and the other pack comes out of a hobby box that looks like this. As we look at the information on the back of these boxes, we see they are both made in Italy. They both have the same address, and they're both dated 2020. Okay, now let's look at the packs here. You see, this pack came out of the blaster. This pack came out of the hobby. You know, if you look at the coloring on it and everything looks pretty similar, right? All the labels are the same. The barcode's the same. Everything's the same except for one thing. The crimp. The crimp's different. The cut on the top of the pack, top and bottom of the pack are different. This one has teeth on it. This one is straight. If you look at the back, the crimp goes all the way up here. It's all flush right here. And if you look at the Fortnite logo on the top, this one looks cleaner than this one. That one almost looks unfocused. This one looks more sharp. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything, but that's just something that I noticed. But yeah, these packs are clearly different as far as crimps go. What I want to do in this video is I want to open them both up and see if we can find some differences. Okay, so let's start with the one on the left. Okay, this one I've opened hundreds of these I've opened. So I pretty know what to expect out of these. As far as these go, I've only opened probably 10 or 11 of these. So, okay, let's start with the one that we're used to, or at least I'm used to. I don't know if some people have opened more of these and less of these, or more of these and less of these. I don't know. But we're just doing this for investigational purposes. Okay, so everything looks normal here. We got our cool little screenshot here. Corners look sharp. See that? Because one of the things that people are saying is that we got a glow-in-the-dark card here, is the corners are slightly rounded on the other ones. But there's a glow-in-the-dark. These all look sharp. They look good and sharp. Clean cut there. Clean cut there. Everything looks normal on these, from what I've seen from these packs. Okay, so everything on here looks normal to me, as far as Reloaded cards go. You know, they got a little bit of fraying. You know, they weren't made so well. Like, their quality insurance wasn't so well on these. Okay, now let's open up this pack. The pack that, you know, possibly has differences, or obviously has differences, but let's see if the cards have differences. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go through this one a little bit slower so we can look at it closely. Okay, so first of all, it's obvious that it was packed all over the place. Like, it's not as uniform as the pack I opened before. Okay, now let's look at them. Okay, you can tell that corner is slightly rounded, but you don't know if it was just beat up that way from this card. But it does look slightly rounded on all four corners, but the corners do look frayed. Okay, but so far normal, except if you look at the cut on it, all the way around the cut, you can see it's tapered. If I can get it focused. Whereas these here, if I can get a good focus on it, are more straight cut. Like they don't have that taper on it. It's like they were cut from a different machine. Okay, moving on. So that does have slightly rounded corners. I don't know if it's just from wear. I mean, it came from a pack that looked just the same condition as the other pack. But that looks slightly rounded. That looks slightly rounded. They look a little more beat up, but they do look slightly rounded. And again, it looks like it has a different cut all the way around the card. All around the card looks a little tapered in, like it was cut differently from a different machine. Okay, next card. Of course, it's all packed weird. Okay, so see, you can tell it's tapered in. It's almost like something came in and stamped it out. Rather than with these cards, it almost looks like it was sliced. These look stamped, this looks sliced. Like it's stamped out. I don't know. That's just from my opinion, what I'm looking at. Okay, where was I? Okay, so, and they're so like packed weird. Like, all over the place. Like they just chucked them in the pack. See, they don't have sharp corners. The corners are all rounded. They're all slightly rounded. Jump shot. Even him. I wish I could focus better. Slightly rounded and tapered in all around. Okay. I wish we can get some like screenshots, or I'll probably pull out some cards that I've pulled previously just to show. Oh, we got a glow in the dark card. Okay. Let's see if we can find anything on that glow in the dark card. Come on. Yeah, all corners look a little rounded. Okay, now we got this glow in the dark card. And can't tell. Oh, look at that. See on the back of that? Glow in the dark card. See how the front is stamped into the back? Weird. The front glow-in-the-dark material is stamped into the back of the card. Almost like they were on top of each other, stacked on top of each other, and then a machine came down and went cha-ching and cut them. Interesting. Okay, that one looks sharp. Let me see. Yeah, this one's sharp. This one is not, it does not have that taper on the side there. See how straight that is? See, that does not have the same cut as the other ones do. See, that one has a rounded corner. See, look. That's tapered in. That's straight. That's tapered in. And this has rounded corners. That has sharp corners. So it's almost like two different, these cards were made on two different machines and put in the same pack. That's sharp, that's rounded. That has... You'd almost have to like hold these in your hand and look at them. It's such slight differences, but I mean, you know what? I'm gonna go grab the same card as this glow-in-the-dark one from a hobby box that I pulled. I'll be right back. Okay, so I went to my stockpiles of reloaded cards, and I found the exact same card, but it came out of a hobby box. Okay, as before, we looked at this, and we noticed that it was stamped on top. Like the top of the card, like the material was stamped into the back of the card, as you can see here. Alright, it's almost like they stacked them all together and then stamped, like cut from the top. Like almost like stamped it out. Now, I got the one from the hobby box. Let's see if they cut it the same way. No. I mean, up there something happened. But you don't see the imprint on the back of the card like you do with this one. See that? So that tells me that these were stacked and then stamped out, because that's a lot of pressure to, you know, stamp that into a card. You know? Just something to think about. Okay, now, some people say that the reason why these are rounded corners is because they just got worn down from rubbing on stuff, right? See, this is sharp, right? This came from the hobby box, sharp corner. And some people say the only reason this corner is rounded is because it got worn down, right? Well, let's put them together. Because if it was rounded down, then you would be able to, like, it would hide behind this front card, right? Okay, I'm gonna put them exactly together. I'm gonna make it flush on the bottom. I'm gonna bring it up. Oh, what the? It's longer? And I can see the rounded corner sticking out the top there. If it was worn down, then this would be hiding behind, the rounded one would be hiding behind this one. You wouldn't be able to see it. They're slightly larger. See that? I got it completely flush on the bottom. And I've done this with multiple. So I'll do it with this one. You can see it's slightly larger, and you can see that rounded corner sticking out the top there. Right? If it was worn down, you wouldn't be able to see that rounded corner sticking out the top. Alright, let's try it with another one. Okay. I got these two. This one is from the hobby box, sharp corner. This one is from... come on, focus. The blaster box, slightly rounded corner. Okay. I'm going to make them flush on the bottom. I'm going to bring them up. See that? Slightly larger. You can see the rounded corner poking out. Let's do another one. Okay. You got this one, slightly rounded corner. You got this one, sharp corner. This one came from the hobby box. This one came from the blaster box. Let's put them flush on the bottom. Flush on the bottom, bring them up. Larger. You can see the rounded corner poking out the top there. Alright, we've done that with 3 of them so far. So I'm going to assume it's probably normal. Or I wouldn't say this is normal, but I mean, we tested it 3 times, and every single time, same result. Alright, y'all, so now let me give you my conclusion. Okay, so I've done this like 11 times. I've opened up like 11 of these packs because I was just like, maybe, you know, something's different. I got different blasters. I opened up different blasters to see. And my conclusion is, yes, I believe some of these or most of the cards, because some of the cards that come out of here are sharp. Like, look at that one. Like, that one clearly is one of these. But most of these from the blaster boxes have slightly rounded corners, and no, I do not think they were just worn down. I do not think they were worn down. I think they were cut that way. I think they both were cut from different machines. That's my conclusion. I think most of the cards out of the packs that have these teeth on it and a different crimp were cut from a different machine than these cards here. So that's my conclusion. If you don't believe me, find one of these packs. Find one of these packs and open it yourself and do your own research. But from what my research of doing this 11 times is that these are different than these. So, if you get these graded and they have the slightly rounded corners, personally, I believe that should not affect the grade. So, if PSA or one of those grading companies won't grade it, be like, okay, go find the packs yourself and do your own research. I mean, that's their job, right? Their job is to figure this type of stuff out so they can grade the cards properly. Or they can just come watch this video and see for themselves. But from what I see, differences. All right, y'all, let me know if you agree with me or if you don't. But either way, I've done my research. I see what I see, and this is all my opinion. I'm only one set of eyes. But I think I've done this enough to figure it. I mean, I got all the cards separated. I got these all separated in a stack about this high, and I got stacks and stacks of this separated. But yeah, there's differences, especially the biggest one, I think, if I can find it again. The biggest one, I think, is the backs of these. Seeing that these were smushed together. And then the other big thing is the outline of the cards, where the rounded ones look tapered in, almost like they were smushed cut. Like something came down and went cha-ching. Whereas these ones look like something came and went slice. So, I don't know. That's just my guess. But, yeah. And they do have slightly rounded corners. I don't think it's wear. I don't think with something that is that consistent can be worn like that. Like, how is it consistently worn on 90% of the cards that come out of here? It just doesn't make sense. Especially since the packs were about the same shape. Like, it didn't look like this pack was, like, beat to crap, you know? They both looked like they were in the same condition, you know? It wasn't like this one was, like, gone through a tumbler or something, you know? Which would fray all those corners. I don't know. But from my research, I know I'm rambling now, but from my research, these are different than these. As far as the cutting and the packaging goes. Alright, y'all. Thanks for watching. Hope this helps. And I'll see you on the next one. And below in the comments, let me know what you think, please. This thing's driving me crazy because it's just different. You know? And some people are saying it's not different, but it's driving me nuts because it is different to me. I don't know. Alright, y'all have a good one. Bye.